Hey guys, welcome back to another, sorry for the clap, to another Heroes of Histaeria, Sandsea Saga. So this is the campaign here brought to you by all these fine folks right here on the Delta Cryptic channel. Guys, real quick, we are super close to 100 subscribers. If you could please go ahead, hit the like, the subscribe button. It really helps us out. We'd love to hit that milestone. There's even promise of your own OC that can appear here at our campaign, right? Right,
yeah.
Ollie? I'm not just making that up.
I'll draw it myself. We'll put it in, and then I'll probably kill it myself.
There you go.
Or bang him.
Be a part of the campaign. All right.
Mary killed you.
Yeah, fair point. So, friends, should we get started?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. It's been a minute. Let me hit the music.
It's been a while.
Oh, yes. And of course, you guys might notice we have our buddy Cress here.
Hi.
So, friends, let's see. At our last installment, you had all returned to the Frog Grove and resolved your various encounters, all while a sandstorm raged across the village. Edanor managed to head off a potential betrayal by the goblins of the Cataphract Legion. Him and Luna were able to prevent a breakout of the Yuan-Ti prisoners and capture its orchestrator, Konari Yumarai, Idris's first mate. And finally, Lycus and Idris shared a heartfelt moment of divulging information, a moment that ended with some bloodshed, as Lycus heard the howl of an old flame drifting on the wind. After the conclusion to these events, you all gathered within the Wild Hunt, Captain Flintlock's ship. A well-deserved rest is what awaits you all. However, first we have to resolve some outstanding matters before we fully take that rest. We're going to start off with Luna, because Luna, you have a certain ritual before rest.
That's correct.
All right. Luna, what do you do?
I guess after leaving Idris at that point, we'll have to try and find a resting area. Like, where'd everyone else go? Like, we're in the same boat from
Yeah,
Flintlock.
you're in the same Flintlock ship. So it is like there is the crew quarters, where basically it's just a bunch of hammocks attached to some poles, kind of strung across. Most of the crew are there. That's where Pym has spent the night a couple times, I believe. Lycus and Edanor. Edanor, I don't think is settled down for the night just yet. Lycus, where would Lycus be?
I don't know. I think I'd probably just try to stick with the girls for the night. So if there's space enough in the quarters, I'd probably find a bed for them and fall asleep next to the bed.
Yeah, absolutely, perfect. So yeah, Lycus is in there as well. So
I will try and find if there is a hammock free.
Sure.
I'll go lay on it. Just before lay on it, I'll take out my diary, just start writing about the day that just occurred, and then I'll think about who in this wide world that I would want to know more information on. And I think I'm going to write our angel friend's name, Edanor, in there.
Okay. You grasp your quill, scratch onto the page the name Edanor, and you are transported to a memory. You are trying on here. Let's see. You are transported to a strange place, a place that immediately feels alien and otherworldly and wrong. Above you is a sea of stars, and the sky at the edge of your vision is this kind of like red fog or mist just along the periphery of your vision as you look to the skies. Peering into the heavens above, you see this large, darkened disc with a silver sort of rim, and then behind it, a bright blue little sphere, and then a sea of stars all around. You're standing on a shoreline of this very light shifting coral-colored sand, and these dark, jagged mountains off in the horizon, these twisted spires of, you assume, stone, reflected in a lake that is just at your feet, a lake that is a flawless, perfect, glassy surface. And then behind you, you hear the distant sounds of thunder. And you hear a battle waging. And you turn, and you see a company of valiant warriors, all in sorts of different dress, different armor, wielding different weapons, charging into battle, their eyes all aglow with this familiar now purple light. You see on their persons, the only thing marking them as belonging to the same group are these glowing sparrow emblems as they charge at the line of a whole group of scum. And you see they just kind of clash together, swords singing, cutting into the flesh of these alien creatures. You hear screams, you hear shouts, you see spells going off, you see fire, lightning crashing, crackling all over the place. And then you see one warrior who you recognize charging into a pair of scum. You see the build, the face of Edanor. As he crashes into a pair of scum, you see him kind of begin to kind of fend them off, but then all of a sudden, a creature drops down behind him. You see a sort of crustacean-like creature with multiple limbs and these long, almost like butterfly-like wings, except exaggerated at the ends, veiny and membranous as it comes down, grabs him. You see on its head is a multifaceted single eye that's just taking in all of the things around it as it's kind of shifting around as other warriors try to slash at it. It grips Edanor. The bottom quarter of its face just kind of opens up, these large mandibles emerge, and tentacles, these feelers, come out and start kind of gripping him around the base of the head and starts flying away with him. All of a sudden, the battlefield is just awash with a bright purple light. And up in the sky, you see a single magnificent figure who floats down. Max, could you please describe the individual that we see?
Yes, you can hear me, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. In Edanar's ultimate form, you see silvery platinum hair with glowing streaks of purple, silver skin with glowing purple veins, standing in stark contrast. You'll also notice that that Edanar is also about 6'6" with an athletic build, very, very tall. They have a cuirass chest plate that has a glowing purple sparrow on it, and it's more in the Hellenic style of armor. And the large wings with a purple glow, similar to what you've seen with Edanor. And at their side, they are carrying a divine hammer with flames coming off of it. It's a two-handed hammer, so no shield, as they are coming into the combat. David?
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of enemies before you. And how would you in your ultimate form aid your allies here?
Yes.
As they're all kind of fending off these creatures.
So Edanar would first, as they're coming in, you see with one hand they cast out their hammer, kind of like Thor almost, and it's just taken out scum left and right. Taken it out, and then almost summons it back, and then is in and amongst them, attempting to save as many of the Alicotes as possible, casting spells and cantrips along the way. So you're seeing just either explosions of fire, ice, all sorts of elements popping around, and it looks like Edanar is just cutting through all of these scum like butter, and then until some more formidable enemies start to appear. So then you're starting to see Edanar duking out with some of these larger scum, some of these larger forces, and
Some of those
I'm not
same
sure how
winged
far you want me to go.
frustrations.
Yeah. And just fighting them in the air, on the ground, everywhere. Just seems to be moving so swiftly, it's hard to keep up with the eye.
as Aranar's kind of like cutting through these hordes of enemies, these seemingly endless waves. You're seeing crustaceans, winged crustaceans. You're seeing a few terrestrial ones, numerous scum. And you even see these kind of like long, gaunt figures with these elongated limbs just kind of floating above the air as they are kind of also fighting off the varied warriors joining in here with Aranar. And the thing to remember, though, is this is a memory. This is a memory of Edanor's. And at this time, while this battle is taking place, Edanor is not doing very well. He is getting swarmed by scum. That same strange winged crustaceans kind of gripping his head. You can see it, Luna, very clearly as it kind of grips his face, cutting into his face, and you recognize the wound similar to the scar on the Edanor that you know. And his vision goes black. And as this happens, the memory itself also goes black. And for a moment you think it's over. Until there is a soft purple glow. The world comes back into focus. Edanor is on the floor, an arm outstretched, and it's gripped at the wrist by Aranar, as Max had described, who is currently wrapped in these long black tentacles that are gripped him all across the body. You can see the hammer at his feet cracked in two, his armor fractured, his eyes, this purple glow softening. And as his grip loosens on the wrist, you see a smile cross his face. Edanor stands up, enemies still around him. Shortly, though, he is joined by a satyr. A satyr also wielding a great hammer in the right hand and a silver tower shield in the left, dressed in immaculate plate armor, runs forward, protects him. The two of them scoop up alongside each other, carrying arms interlocked as they're kind of pulling away from the battlefield as more scum and these strange winged crustaceans are tearing down the mountain. Their only recourse, they run out towards the lake, and it doesn't splash like water. Instead, they step onto it, and you can hear the cracking of glass. You can see the spiderweb shards, the fractures going outwards with every step. And as they move ahead, the shatters kind of come back, leaving the surface again perfect. They step out into the middle of the lake, and you can notice too that even though this surface reflects perfectly everything around it, it does not reflect them, as they're standing almost in air. The vertigo it kind of gives you is a little weird. And then you see the light of the moon above that you had noted, that silvery disk. As you look up, the light sheds down brightly around the two of them. They both look up to the sky, and they begin to lift off the surface. They begin to levitate. And very quickly, the other creatures that are charging out kind of start holding back, shielding themselves from this silvery light as there's a flash. And the two are gone. And you see two little pinpricks of light flying through the astral sea. And as it flies, you hear a voice speak. The cycle of destiny ever turns, my children. For every foe felled, another shall rise in their stead. And so it goes until the end, our end. Even the gods were never meant to last forever. Yet, we will inevitably rise again to serve in eternal battle. Why? This you must discover to prove you are ready. Be ready to face horror in your quest to find this answer, your truth. And with that, you come out of the dream. you come out of the memory. You are sitting in your hammock, your diary in hand. Go ahead and roll a charisma saving throw, please. Luna, I should mention.
I rolled for the fun of it, but considering what my charisma is, it's really just like a 5% chance I even pass that.
Okay.
It was an 8, so I did not do
You
well
did not.
there.
Yeah, you did not do very well there, my friend. So, well, you can tell me. You can show us what the result is, as Edanor is still now probably having settled Lycus and the kids down, standing in the crew quarters.
So,
you can see him.
So, what happens is like after finish writing, just close the book, and then if I look and I see Edanor there, it's almost like extreme social or like a very strong social anxiety where it's like you start sweating out of nerves, for example. Not sure if did Edanor look this way? Does he have an idea of all this information I just gleaned? So I'm gonna just try and will myself as much as possible to walk out and try to look casual.
Okay.
Can I roll like an insight to be like,
Sure.
he just laid down. Why would he get back up again?
She, but yes. Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
she, yeah. Sorry. That is an 18.
What'd you
I
get?
mean, I rolled a 10.
Yeah. So yeah, you notice.
Yeah.
you this was insight that you rolled?
Yeah, it was an insight just to more like figure out like this is kind of like just kind of see what Luna's kind of feeling roughly. Like just Luna went down, went back up. Like is Luna sick? That's kind of what I was trying to. That's kind of what I was
trying to avoid eye contact in that vicinity of where Edanor is, pretty much. Because just afraid for him to find out that I was snooping in his path, basically.
I guess I wouldn't have known. I guess I would not. Edanor would not have guessed that. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you see Luna acting a little furtive, but
I basically I'll try to go the opposite side of the boat, and
there you go.
I'll find a corner, for example, and just listen out. Because Edanor's a big guy. I'm sure I can hear his footsteps.
Sure.
Clomp.
Yeah.
So yeah, Edanor, I would say you notice all those things with Luna. It's up to you whether or not you approach on your own or however you guys would like to proceed here.
I think Edanor would probably let Luna do their thing because at this point, Edanor's thinking, I never understood why wizards act so awkward all the time, but I'll let them do their thing, and I'm sure Luna will tell me when the time is right. I have other things to address.
That works out.
Jock is literally like, I don't get nerds. I don't know.
Probably going to go do their role-playing thing in the corner.
That's too meta, man.
Fucking nerds.
A nerd playing a jock, playing a nerd. What's going on?
Inception.
I think I'll just try and head into trance at that point in the corner.
Yeah. And say Edanor, you leave the room and stuff. As kind of plan.
Yeah.
Okay. When you do it, it's definitely easier to get into your trance. While he's there, there's certainly a presence, but once he departs the room, easier to kind of slip in.
And Edanor did not hide the fact that Edanor was looking directly at Luna.
I could feel it. That pressure.
Under pressure.
So Edanor, where do you go?
I am going to kind of looking around, kind of looking to have, because after saying goodbye to the kids for the night, I was like, there's some cleansing rituals I must find a private space. So looking around, notices Ulrich's room. So
Yeah,
gonna
so you
head
kind
into
of
Ulrich's room.
okay. So yeah, you kind of make your way over to Ulrich's room, kind of already kind of identifying that it is separate. The sick bay and Ulrich's cot is separate from the crew's quarters. You're able to make your way over there, and yeah, Ulrich is kind of standing in the center of his surgery room. His operating room, surgical theater. I don't know. And he is just kind of like putting away equipment, stacking books, kind of lining up papers as you kind of walk in. He goes, "Oh, hey, pretty late. You feeling all right?"
I am feeling just fine, but I will require this room for the remainder of the evening, whatever we can call that nowadays.
Are they out of cots in the other room?
Frankly, I did not look, but I will require your cot. Also, I did want to mention a little thing. I see you've taken a shine to Pym. Remember, if you hurt Pym, physically or emotionally, at any point, you understand what I did to the goblins? Well, that was swift. What will happen to you will not be swift, and they will never find where you went. Do you understand me, Ulrich?
Roll an intimidation check. At advantage.
Dad said, "Don't fuck with my daughter."
I'm also intimidated. So.
So that is a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah. with that, I mean, it wasn't a hard check for this guy. He kind of looks up to you and he's like, "Yeah, I swear, I would never do anything to hurt her. I mean it. Please don't hurt me."
Of course. I know you would never hurt Pym. I'm glad we had this little chat. Now, I bid you to take your leave. You may regain your quarters when I awake. Do not enter until I exit. Also, no attempted mating out there. And then I'm gonna boot him out. Usher him out.
Just kind of usher him out. Yeah, with your intimidation, he very much lets you kind of steer him out the room. He's like, "Okay, just don't touch that vial." And as the door kind of closes, and he goes, "And please don't mess up my papers." And it is you in the room.
Yep.
On your own. You after a couple seconds, you hear kind of like a okay. And you hear footsteps as he walks away from the door.
Very good. I'm gonna just take a glance around the room. Are his papers just on a table, kind of stuff like that? Is it is the cot clear?
Yeah. So the surgery room, there's kind of a table where they did the autopsy and stuff, where Idris was treated and stuff. That's kind of like out in the middle there, and then there is a curtain, and behind that curtain is Ulrich's room. Like that's where he sleeps. That's where his cot and like his personal belongings and stuff are. As you open it, pull the curtain back, roll a quick investigation check.
That is a 12.
Okay. With the 12, you pull the curtain back. You see there is a cot. There are several books, couple of candles, candle holders. You see they're down to the nub on quite a few of them. You see there is a little flint ready to light them nearby, glasses for reading, and lots of books. And you also see kind of on one of the walls above this bookshelf, you see actually a shield hung up against the wall, and you see a short sword in a sheath, just kind of like leaning up against the bed.
Are they special in any way, or?
It doesn't appear to be.
Okay. All right. Not that I'm going to rob them, but.
Yeah.
Had to ask.
Just need to know, my own curiosity. Okay. Yeah. So are there any fresh candles that haven't been lit?
There's a few. Yeah, you can easily find some in here. Looking around, he keeps them on hand, in case he needs, extra light, that kind of stuff. So yeah, you'll find some.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is take some of the unused candles and use some of my own as well to do essentially the circle of the pantheon. Essentially, put at the different points, put the different candles, and then light some incense as well. And then get ready. And this is in the center of the room, I'm guessing.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not on the cot yet or anything like that. And then I'm just going to sit in the middle of it. And then once everything's lit and set up and the incense is going, I'm going to start my prayer.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, easily you set it all up and go for prayer, I guess.
As I'm closing my eyes, getting settled out and reaching out. For Tazrin, forgive me for the savagery I've had to do and must continue to do to this world. I understand that our enemies will rise and fall, and now I'm starting to understand what's starting to hit me, that we will also rise and fall. And though we rise again, I have struggled with this madness, almost. This cycle. Though it never ends. But I know that in this process, that even though my friends and allies may fall, and even myself, that I will defeat this enemy so this cycle may continue, even if I am not a part of the next one. I will restore this world. I promise this to you and all those dead and living. I will restore it from all the evil standing in my way, even if it means my destruction and damnation. For what I must do, the cycle will continue, even if I am not there when the smoke settles. Hopefully those I care about will be there. I beseech you to empower me on this journey, and hopefully to overlook or at least postpone your judgment upon some actions that I will have to take in this journey. Thank you. And then I'm going to sit silently for about 10 minutes, and then get up, put everything away, and just lay and try and settle for the night in the cot.
I need you to roll a religion check.
That's a 14.
Okay. Also need you to roll Divine Madness.
Okay. 18 flat on the roll. That's not a good sign from Nazarene.
Yeah, that would have been an awkward one. After your prayers and your beseeching of the God of Truth, you are kind of left in a very kind of like almost Zen state as you go about extinguishing the candles. You go about collecting them, erasing the chalk, pulling furniture back into order. And as you kind of move around preparing to rest, you start to see these strange, like wisps almost, winding through the air, right? We're just winding through the space around you, all in these kind of dizzying colors, this kind of wide spectrum of ever-shifting light, right? It almost looks like oil streaks in the air around you. You see the strands kind of twist and bend, and then you can kind of see them slacken. You can see the gaps in between. You can almost see reflections of yourself, but at dizzying angles, like at almost every angle, like multifaceted almost. There's a palpable energy that you've kind of slipped into. With your check, you recognize what you're looking at here as the weave, seeing pieces of it kind of shifting around you. You can see just by the way it kind of moves and just the way like there's almost like some like slack to it in a way. There's almost like a little bit of give. The shapes are distorted and you feel that something is wrong. You can tell that there's something not right. And as you kind of examine it, give me an Arcana check.
It's 3.
Not a great check. So as you kind of like start running your hands through it again, kind of making these kind of oil-like streaks with just cascades of reflections and all these other different shapes, you start to kind of get lost in the joy of seeing it, right? It's almost familiar to you. This feels right to be aware of it like this for you. This feels natural. And as you kind of turn, it's gone. And you're left again, kind of back in that space, just the empty space. You're aware that the weave is there, it's ever present. At least the moment you lose sight of it.
Damn. I must become stronger.
Edanor goes over to Ulrich's cot,
Gets all comfy.
settles down, gets all comfy, pulls out his plushie. Roll a quick d4 for us.
That is a 1.
What does it say?
It says, I treasure you more than a dragon treasures its hoard.
Mm-hmm. And with that, off to Sleepland. Tim, you've cozied into a cot in the crew's quarters. You've watched your companions kind of come in and settle down for the night. And you drift off to sleep. While you are asleep, you dream. And what does Pim dream of?
Pim has a bit of a stress dream tonight. She first dreams that she's in an open desert by herself with nothing for miles around. She wakes up in the sand alone. She turns around after hearing a sound behind her, and a massive green storm encroaches to where she stands. And it's going faster and faster. She turns and tries to run away from it, calling for her parents. Mother! Father! No answer. She keeps running, and soon the storm overtakes her, and she can't see in any direction. Just green air and sand whipping around. And she's calling out, but doesn't seem like anyone can hear her.
Cress, you, on your travels northwards towards the Ironwood, found a place to stop, take a rest, and you have, in your trance, entered into the dream. Guided by Varen, the two of you have successfully found Pim. And as you appear flying in with Varen coming into the dream, you find yourself seeing the sandstorm just as it kind of begins to overtake Pim. And as you approach to enter the storm, I'm assuming, you feel there's a resistance there. You feel there's something preventing you from getting into that storm and really into that dream. And you can hear Pim calling out from the other side.
Mother! Mother!
I would like to. They're flying with Varen, correct?
Mm-hmm. With on however your dream, however
I
you
think,
would like it to be.
yeah, I think feeling this resistance, they look to Varen, and I don't think they even have to say anything. I think
Mm.
these two have shared a body since before Cress even knew. I think they just reach out to Varen. Varen reaches out to them, and Varen sinks into their skin. These dragonfly wings sprout from their own back as their skin takes on this silvery metallic sheen, and they try to dive into the storm as one.
Okay. Pim, you are aware of something trying to push in into your mental space, really. You're aware that there is something trying to make contact here. I'm gonna have the two of you roll insight checks.
I got a 12.
I rolled a 12 on the dice for a 17.
Okay. So yeah, that's not too shabby, right? The two of you can become kind of aware of each other. Pim, the entity, the consciousness trying to enter in here is familiar to you. You can sense that it is Cress, and you realize you have the ability here to allow Cress to enter, or you can deny.
I look down at my ring of mind shielding, understanding what's going on, and I make a fist. And I smile, knowing that Cress is somewhere nearby, and I just let go of my mind shield to allow them in.
Cress, the barrier that was kind of up around the storm that was preventing you from kind of going in, as you press against it, it just fades. It opens, and you can enter the storm. The two of you now searching for each other in the storm. I think another round of wisdom checks, another round of perception checks.
Yeah, can I do something in lieu of searching for Pim?
Sure, absolutely.
They want to shift the dream. They want to try to restructure the landscape to where they went to sleep. It's honestly pretty similar, but they want to they want to like shift the storm downwards and have it create the structure of where they currently are.
Sure. Okay. We're gonna call this basically like a spellcasting ability check, right? So add your wisdom.
Big 12. I rolled bad.
Okay. Pim, you can feel sections of the storm shifting and pulling away, and you can tell that Cress is in this space, right? You are aware of each other. You just can't find each other. But as you see the storm kind of being pulled, parts of it kind of effort being exerted onto it, will and imagination being exerted on it, you can take this opportunity to assist if you'd like.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to, like, you know how when you realize that you're dreaming, you sort of have a little more control. Yeah, I'm going to kind of just like look around and try to discern what Cress is trying to do, and then just sort of like let go even further of any constructs that I'm creating unintentionally.
Sure. Let's call this. I'm going to give you a spellcasting check. Add your charisma modifier. Spellcasting ability check.
Is that like a spell attack?
No, it's
no.
the far left one. So I think yours would be like a plus 5.
5, yeah, okay. Yeah. 11.
Okay.
We're trying.
You're trying. You're trying. I'll say it's going to take some time, and it's going to be a weird, like, it starts to happen, but you can find that it's almost this weird, like, half world, right? Cress on one side of the storm is like a kind of cyclone kind of forms, right? The two of you are kind of on opposite sides of the cyclone. Pim in this kind of like sandy desert field with the green storm kind of swirling around. As it gets towards Cress, it turns into that teals, those blues, as you can see the cliff face, this jagged cliff face behind them. And what looks like the ocean behind them as well. But more yellows and green, more yellows and whites and golds than greens and blues. But the two of you can see each other like across the tree.
Damn,
Cress!
I guess I start running.
Fine. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, the two of you are able to make it towards each other.
They
Big hug.
sprint. Yeah, they pick her up and spin her around.
Oh,
Are you
Cress,
alright?
I'm fine. I'm just having a bad dream. It's so good to see you.
I'm sorry. I tried to get rid of it, but I
Yeah,
didn't do a
it's
very
better
good job.
now. It's okay. It'll go away with time. How are you? Where are you?
That is an excellent question. So I know that I am on the edge of the sea. Do I know locationally, like what town or region this would have been?
This would have been just on the border of the Empire and Hynk, right? Because we'd calculated this stuff out previously. So yeah, you'd have just been kind of crossing into another nation, really. So you passed a few different things, but Cuthbert's travel. So you're just on that coast. That would be the eastern coast.
Oh, is Cuthbert here too?
No,
No.
Cuthbert.
Sadly, he's not in the dream.
Okay.
So I'm just crossing into the Empire from Hike. And they kind of look toward the area that they've been creating to replicate where they currently are. And that's the ocean.
Whoa. Wait. How?
They look back toward this sea of just glittering sand. It's below what would have been the water line. And you see all of these like jagged cliff faces of like what would have been the beginnings of coral reefs, all dried and sand caked again. Everything is glittering gold and white. They weren't kidding when they said the monarch took all the water in the last wave.
Jeez Louise.
So it's just like barren, dry, nothing.
The sand is moving and shifting a little bit.
Yeah.
You get the sense that the sand is like a literal sea, like there are depths to it.
Some might call it a sand sea.
Roll credits.
Yeah, roll credits. Wrap it up, guys. We're done.
And scene. No.
Well, wow. What are you doing up on the coast?
I'm heading to the Ironwood and then up to Damaril.
Have you heard from Granny at all?
No,
Me neither.
I'm open to learn more at the Ironwood.
Yeah.
I have things to tell you though. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, tell me. Tell me everything.
They will start to relay what they have seen on their trek. There is this area where the sky gets dark. 1 second. I have to make sure I start at the beginning. Where am I? So if I remember correctly, I saw the storm around Muldanordon first, correct?
Second, you saw that just before you hit the coast. You saw the like the camp thing first. That was one of the first
That's
things
right.
as you made around the mountains.
So I saw an abandoned encampment. Um, there was this huge crater in the center of it, or this hole. And I flew over it, but my notes,
Yeah,
looking in the, where
it's
is
all
that?
right. You saw that it was like covered in thick webs. That it was seemingly abandoned, and then there was a giant hole at the center of it.
Yeah, when I flew over the hole, it was just darkness,
It's
correct?
just dark. Yeah, it's deep enough where you couldn't even see, and the sunlight didn't even reach.
It was a lot like the webs that we saw in the temple of sleep, slumber, sleep. The temple we went to, um, where the undead and the spiders came out of the ground. Um, that would be strictly to the west because that was before I headed north, correct?
Yeah. So you were going north kind of the whole way. So this was like
Northwest, then just
north
slightly.
northwest. Yeah, just slightly. Imagine like an 11 o'clock on the clock.
Okay, so that's something to know about. Um, I don't want you stumbling upon that. And then past it, there is an enormous storm brewing over Moldon Ordon. Cuthbert was afraid of it. I couldn't even see the tower.
Okay. Did it look like a normal storm or something else other than normal weather patterns causing it?
I don't think it was a naturally occurring event.
Is this like the storm that we can see way off in the distance, or is that in a different direction?
It wasn't green, correct? And it's to the north. It was like black.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
sun is like deep, dark black clouds, and you did actually confirm during the session, Cress, about strange weather patterns, and you know that this was not moving. This storm
Right.
almost seems to be kind of staying in place.
I believe, this is just a theory, but I believe that it may be centered around Verania.
That would make the most sense.
Which is why it's very important that she not get the heart of that raptor.
Right. Well, we're gonna be moving out soon.
I just want you to be careful.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I think we're gonna have a lot of help. I haven't talked to everyone yet, but I think that at least some of the crew of the Wild Hunt and the Honor might be joining us.
That's good.
So we'll have, backup. But, I'm glad to see you.
Glad to see you too. I'm worried about you, and I just hope everything's okay. I know it's not, but I hope it's the best it can be.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to ask you about everything you're up to, but I also have more to tell you. I'm sorry.
Okay, go. Shoot.
I've been able to discern that as I travel northwest, I'm heading more into a twilight. It seems that we are locked to the sun, and the point I believe that is locked to the sun is about 250 nautical miles toward the pole, right off the coast of a place called Bellins.
Bellins. I know Bellins.
You do?
Yeah. Spent a lot of time there.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I believe that is the place, or near the place, that is locked to the sun, which seems like it might be a hub of some sort.
Could be. Okay. That's good to know. And you said there's like this twilight horizon, so you'd assume, I guess, half the world is in darkness right now.
I imagine so, yes.
This is so weird. Do you think that if we get the heart and prevent Varanya from succeeding, that the water will come back?
That's tough to say. My first theory is that the Illithid are the reason the water is gone. And so it'll take fucking their shit up to get the water back.
Yeah.
I think stopping Varanya is more of a means of stabilizing this region.
Right. Well, I gotta get my mom out of there.
No, you just have
If
to be
she's
careful.
still there. I've been working on something. I think I'm really close to being able to do this. I'm gonna try it tomorrow when I wake up. But my mom used to do this thing where she could send messages with her mind. And well, I just got this super cool ring, and it just kind of inspired me to start practicing a little bit, and I've been practicing. So I might be able to reach her that way. And I could reach you that way too.
That's amazing, Tim.
Yeah.
Look at you. God, it's been not even 4 days and you're learning so much.
Well, yeah. A lot has happened. Yuanti tried to escape.
That figures.
Kanari's a traitor.
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, me neither. That was crazy though. You should have seen Luna and I. We were like, stop, drop, and then I did the mage hand thing, and it was really cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
You legend.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, how's Cuthbert?
Cuthbert is good. He's afraid of that storm, which makes me think Dima.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't get killed by Illithid or other sea elves, I might try and explore that myself. We'll have to see what happens.
Are you with anyone? Are you alone still? I mean,
just me and Cuthbert. They...
It's not that I don't have, confidence in your abilities, but you should really find someone that you trust to travel with. It's really dangerous out there pretty much everywhere. I mean, you know that, but you'd be safer if you had a friend.
I think you're right. I just, you make friends real easy.
I know. You just gotta find someone that you trust, And just choose your friends very wisely in these times.
I will do my best to do so, Pam. And you make sure that your needs are prioritized. You deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Only a fool would overlook how impressive you are. But there are fools. So just do your reminding every once in a while. Can I test something?
Yeah, please do.
They take out this mug, just this plain mug, because I got 100 of them, and they Say, I don't know if this will work, but I want you to take this and see if you wake up with it. I'm trying something new.
Experiments. Okay.
Experiments.
I take it. What does it look like?
It is this plain mug. I think on the bottom it says the Annalise's Venture.
Yeah.
But they have inscribed a little fishing hook, the symbol of the royal bestiary, and then they've like done their best to chisel a little bow, like the one that Pim gave them, the blue one, just signifying the two. There's
Nice.
that little insignia.
Okay. We'll see if it works.
Yeah, we'll see. Pim, I love you.
I love you too, Cress. I hope that you're successful in what you're doing. And I hope to see you again for real in the waking world.
That sounds wonderful. I think they just hug her tight.
As the two of you,
Hug back.
as the two of you are locked in this embrace, a moment passes, and Pim, you stir. You begin to waken. In your hand, roll a wisdom saving throw. Let's see.
Wisdom saving throw. Would you say this is like a saving throw against magic?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we'll say this is a saving throw against magic.
Thing. Okay, it's a 13.
Okay. With a 13, you wake up and you look at your hand, and in your grip is a stone clay mug. You look around the room as the shock of it kind of sets in. You look up, and around you, you see piles of green sand around the room. You see standing in the center of the chamber, holding hands, Brina and Brock, as they are just kind of looking over to you. What do you do? They're covered in sand, like they are caked in sand. There's sand in their hair, in the folds of their clothes. They're covered in this green sand from your dream as they're both standing in the center of the deck, or in the center of the room. You look around, and strangely enough, you see the hammocks of the rest of the crew, but they're unoccupied at the moment.
I just look at them and my eyes start watering a little bit. And I say, "Are you real?"
As you get out of your hammock and approach, and you say that, your eyes watering, you step out. There's a moment where they start to burn. You blink your eyes and you open them again, and now you are back in the crew quarters of the Wild Hunt still. But you can see there are other people around. You can see they are just stirring, waking up. You see Luna off in a corner, and Luna, Lycus, the two of you see Pim kind of standing in the room, talking at nothing. Her hand empty, like she has something in it. Eyes watering.
Can I go up and just try to wake her up softly?
Yeah, as you approach, I mean, she kind of awakens as you're approaching. Pim, you see Lycus kind of stepping towards you.
Never wake up a sleepwalker. Yeah!
Yeah. A look of concern,
Just
I'm
kidding.
imagining, on his face as you see your gnomish companion. Yeah.
Yeah. He's coming up, not aware of sleepwalkers, but definitely just kind of like, all right, this is going to be weird, isn't it? What the fuck's going on now? Because you guys all do weird magic shit and brought weird shit into the world. But yeah, he's genuinely worried. Are you okay, Bim?
Yes, I am. I just had a very strange dream. But, Cress was there. And it was real, and I got to speak with Cress.
That's incredible. You guys keep doing wild things. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Is she, all right?
They're good. They're,
Hey.
still traveling. They saw some things, which maybe we should let's regroup, and I can tell you all at the same time what I've learned.
Okay. Let's round up the people.
All right. As you guys gather up the remaining members of your crew and set up.
Just one more quick thing. As I go back to my hammock, I'm just gonna cast a minor illusion of the mug and just look at it for a moment, and it's just kind of like sparkly, a little green, and just smile at that, and then I toss it away and get ready for the day.
Okay, nice, awesome. All right, we're gonna pick up with you guys grouping back up. We're gonna take a break here. Guys, fantastic work. Thank you so much to Button for coming in and giving us a Cress, I don't know if I really should say cameo, but a Cress drop in.
Appearance.
A Cress
Lore.
appearance.
Thank you for having
Lots of
me.
lore.
Of course. If you guys want to see what happened with Cress, definitely check out Button. Help me with the links. I'm terrible at these.
You're good. Twitch.tv/CommuneDM, where we run Heroes of Histaeria Unearthed Inheritance every other Sunday morning at 11 a.m. EST.
It's in the description.
Oh yeah,
Check the links in the descriptions. All right, guys. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Great job.
Woo.
Welcome back. All right, guys. So we are back from break. We have collected our crew, and we are about to divulge information. All right, my friends, the stage is yours. Have at it.
This would be after a long rest.
This is after the long rest. So everybody is full health, level 5, all your stuff back online. So yeah, you're clean, ready to go. It is a bright, fresh day as you've all kind of awakened now.
I feel more powerful
Hey.
somehow.
Do we see Edanor walk out of Ulrich's room?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, if you'd like to. Up to Edanor, I guess. Up to you
Yeah,
guys.
sure. I mean, I'm not hiding the fact that I totally evicted this man.
Yeah. As you guys are getting out of bed, you see Ulrich sleeping still soundly in one of the crew cots. Make your way past and find in his chamber is Edanor.
Edanor, why are you sleeping in here?
Ulrich decided to sleep elsewhere.
Insight check.
Voluntarily?
It's a 4. Oh, okay. Keep on.
I'm gonna do an insight check.
Yeah. I rolled a 17, which is a plus.
Total of
Because I got an 18, you gotta be
23.
Oh yeah, you beat it. You
I wanna-
realize that there's probably something. There's more to the story.
I poke Luna in the side with my elbow and just that sounds like horseshit to me.
Luna's
I'm
so
not
scared of me.
I'm not gonna say shit.
Okay.
The storm has passed, I assume?
Yeah, as you guys kind of look out, I mean, it's still a bit windy, but there's no more storm. As you glance out the window of Ulrich's thing, you can see your cars. You can see your cars from this window. Those are covered in sand. Everything is covered in sand. All of the frog grove is just drenched in the stuff. But the storm is gone. The wind has died down.
Luna, would you like to use your prestidigitation to clean up the cars bit? I feel like
That's a good idea.
it'd be nice to not have sand flying in our face while driving.
We better
Take
make
some
sure.
time.
Yeah, I mean, we also better make sure that the mechanics aren't all gunked up.
Oh, do we require any more blood? I'm sure there might be still some in the other tent.
What?
We are.
What tent?
Where I found our goblin friend.
What happened?
Oh, I mean, do you not remember? I did kind of. We had 4 goblins and a bugbear named Tak. You know, a former crew member.
People that the goblins that Edanor slew.
I
Yes.
know. I don't think I. Wait, did we end?
We did talk about it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You guys talked about it. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It's
Because
been
you said, I believe you did the right thing, and was what you
Oh.
told. So Edanor was very happy about it.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yes,
right. That's right. It's
you did
been
fine.
a long night. I
fine.
had a weird dream, and I'm just a little all over the place. Oh, by the way, Crest came to me in my dream, and they gave me some information that I would like to share with you all. So,
Go ahead.
okay. So, they've been traveling around. They've been headed up towards Hike. Couple things. First off, they made it to the coast, and there is indeed no ocean. So this is very real. There is no water on this earth. So that's been confirmed. Also, they saw towards Moldan a huge storm, like dark black storm kind of swirling around the center of the city, and it's not moving, so it's like really just centered around Moldan. Cuthbert was pretty wary of it, which led Crest to believe that it's probably Tiamat shaking things up. So it is becoming pretty urgent that we get on our way and find this raptor heart and prevent that piece of the puzzle from being put together.
All right. So
One more thing. There are 2 more things. There's an abandoned encampment. Which direction did they say that was?
North.
North of here. How far north did they say that was?
Did not.
Is that the same one that we saw, where the camp was? We could tell that there's a bunch of dead people at that camp. There's like the fire before the storm.
You saw something.
No, that was to the east.
Okay.
So there's an encampment to the north. I think not too far from here. I'm not totally sure. But there's a huge crater in the center, like something really big fell from the sky. And I don't know if you guys remember, but or like where you were when this happened, but I recall a whole bunch of fiery things coming out of the sky about 3 months ago. So I don't know.
Sounds
if
probably
that's the
frozen.
same thing.
I think so.
can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can
we
hear
can
ya.
hear you.
Restart your
Your
cam.
face is a little.
Your face is a little frozen.
I tried to mimic it.
Yeah, he's kind of like,
Restart your camera once.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
No, I mean, we can keep this. It's like...
I'd rather not. All right, 1 second.
There we go.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, you changed from up in my top left corner to the bottom right.
Yeah, he's bottom center for me.
Great.
Continue,
You
though,
get to
sorry.
fix that in editing.
Yep. So happy.
So there's a big crater. There's a big hole in the middle, like a dark, deep hole covered in those same webs that we saw in the temple. So
As
that's
in,
weird.
could she see the bottom?
I don't think so.
It was that. Okay.
With the hole, I thought it would be the scum.
That's kind of what I'm assuming, but also like maybe there's more zombies down there. Web zombies. So maybe they're, coming up at multiple points in this area. So anyway, just, I guess, be aware. Maybe we could check it out at some point. Yeah.
Okay. So we have the raptor. We have a zombie invasion. We have, and he points up to like the moon that's not supposed to be there. How many apocalypses do we have to solve us four alone?
Well, all of them.
Yes, but how many other? We need to
Answer.
Here's the thing.
I'm sure there's at least 3 or 4 coming down the pike.
I think they're probably maybe related in some way. I mean, maybe all these things are a coordinated effort, Maybe there's one way to make all of it stop. I don't know.
Well, at the very least, the raptor is nearby. We can focus on killing it first.
That is definitely, to me, the most time-sensitive thing, because it seems like Tiamat is cooking something, and we need to for sure get that heart before anyone else does.
Are we sure that this heart is the only thing, is the only option?
Well, no, but we do know that Varanya needs that heart to fully, or to succeed in what they're doing.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if we get this heart, is it a temporary solution?
The way I understood it was that it would fully prevent Varanya from being able to do what they're trying to do.
At least until the raptor's reborn.
What?
Well, I'm sure if it was born yet again.
What does she have to do with the heart? Like, what is it for?
We don't know. I don't know. Do you know?
If I remember correctly, it was a ritual because there was other creatures that was hunted as well.
What if we just keep the heart so that it's still around? Then people
roll.
don't.
Can I have Luna roll a history check?
20 dirty.
Okay. Luna, you were busy fiddling with the car, but you do recall that the first instance about hearing about the raptor were from those lizard folk.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to have some idea of what's going on. Now, granted, since you've returned, pretty much all your lizard folk are gone.
We have one lizard folk left.
You have one lizard folk left. Possible somewhere where you can learn more about this.
And
So
Okay.
then, yeah, I'll repeat that. The way we learned about the heart of the raptor was Crest speaking with some of the church lizard men.
Gazalik will know.
Right, that's what I was going to lead to. He could give us more information just before heading out.
Yeah, but I beat you, so.
Good.
He just pushes Luna. Damn.
And then, like, the text above is Luna will remember this.
Luna never forgets.
Dude, you
At
said
least
the
within a
words,
month.
I beat you. Like, as far as Luna's, like, list of triggers.
It's like, just entered my mind palace real quick.
It's
And just
twitching.
wrote on my list.
All right. Well, let's
Get
not
away, Mom!
let's not waste too much time. How about we all start getting ready? I got a couple things I need to do in camp, and Lunazra, I need to talk to you. You mind meeting me outside in just
sure.
a few minutes?
Real quick, have you guys talked to any of the crew about coming with us for this hunt?
I believe
No, I
that
thought-
was you.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I was just checking. I was gonna go and try to whip up some help. Just checking if you had already spoken to anyone yet.
You seem more of the people person.
I don't know any of their names, if I'm being honest.
Oh,
Most of the time when I talk to them, they usually have to replace their pants.
okay, yeah, I'll handle
Bring
this
the
one.
brown pants.
Okay. Well, I'll go do that.
Okay, you'll go tend to the crew. Let's do Lycus and Luna. You guys are doing a thing. So you guys said,
Yeah, in just a few minutes. I want to take care of a couple of like actual like things, and I'll meet her outside if that's okay.
I'll go to the car in the meantime and it'll start blowing away all this sand.
Okay. Yeah.
In the meantime, I want to find like literally a backpack or a sack or some shit.
Yeah. Easy enough.
And fill it with the heaviest things I can find. Rocks, sand, even, like anything, just the heaviest
Sure.
I can. I'm gonna wake up Yoma. Yoma. And I just kind of shake her up. All right.
What do you want?
What do I want? It's training day. Come on. In light of everything, we happened yesterday. I figured it's time to kick things into gear. And I kind of throw this bag of rocks at her. I was like, all right, put that on. And where's your flask?
Put it on? It's a bag of rocks.
Yes, put it on your back and let's get moving. Listen, the first thing we need to do is get you physically peak. You're gonna need to be able to be a rock in mind and body.
Starts looking around at like everybody else in the room, like looks at Edanor like, dude?
You asked for training, so this is your training. Don't look at me.
Looks back to Lycus.
Big smile.
You're serious?
Oh, 100%.
Sarah, come along. We'll let them train. I have some other training for you.
Roll persuasion, Lycus. Roll a persuasion.
That's really good. And the 17 on the die, and my persuasion is actually 2, so 19.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, with the 19, kind of looks down at the bag, looks down at you, like, oh my god, he's serious.
You wanted to be strong, don't you?
And you think this is going to make me strong?
That's the plan.
All right. I believe you. Oh, let's see what you can do. Let's see what you got. And schleps the bag up.
So I'm gonna
gets the bag moving, like slung onto the shoulder, wobbling a little bit, but able to kind of like follow you with the bag of rocks.
So as we're going, I'm going to just kind of take her flask and dump it out and just like, hey, for the next few while, your body is going to be extremely tired. Anything that isn't going to just help you heal and recover and get stronger is going to slow you down. And I'm going to give her instead the little bit of that oil that I got from the pond mother. If you want to talk to your friends, you can use this. Just a little dab will do. So we have not been doing great. And I'm walking her through the frog grove at this point.
Yeah. So she's walking on like shifting sands, carrying a bag of stones. This is physically exhausting as she's kind of like trailing behind you. Luna, as you're kind of cleaning off the cars, you see Lycus kind of walking along comfortably, and trudging behind him is Yoma. Okay. But yeah.
So, there's a few things you need to know. First, if you're going to be a pirate, there's only one thing that truly matters. Freedom. But that also means every action you choose to do, because you can do anything, has a consequence. For example, last night you decided to lead your sister on a mission which was at heart good. But it was the wrong choice, unfortunately, because the people you chose, they weren't capable. And I'm sorry about that. And the consequences, I'm going to train you as hard as I can and as hard as you can survive to get you ready. Because here's the thing, and I kind of stop walking for a second. If we go back to the city and look for your father, we're going to be looking for a corpse. The monsters there were wild. I barely survived myself. However, the Goblin Armada, they were looking for recruits. They were searching. The chances that they found your father are high. If we want to find him alive and well, that's where we look. But if we look now, we won't survive. They aren't the strongest in the world individually, but the Armada is vast. We need to pick the right time. Otherwise, we attack, and they kill him for even having caused them trouble. Do you understand?
All right.
I'm sorry. And I promise one thing. I'm not going to make decisions without you knowing about it. I know that as a child, it's hard to see things happen around you and not understand why. And I'm sorry for calling you a child. He kind of smirks. But you'll know why. Whether you like it or not, you'll know why.
All right.
And just like you're dealing with your consequences today, I'll be dealing with some of mine. And I just kind of make her follow with me for a few moments as I stop to see Gazalik for a moment and just kind of thank him for continually creating water for my frog friends.
Yeah, which, as you approach to where Gazalik is, he had this little pagoda set up with a giant barrel and trough that he was kind of filling with water. That thing has been overturned. The pagoda's kind of like off on its side, right? The barrel and trough are just kind of filled with sand. Walking past that, you see there's the great tree where Wubba-Dub-Dub kind of dwells and does his thing. And in there, you see Gazalik and Wubba-Dub-Dub kind of cleaning out, like, again, just kind of sweeping sand out of there, pushing it all out as the two of you walk in. So yeah, that's where you'd find Gazalik.
I don't stick around too long. I just kind of let him know, hey, I'm very grateful. Sorry that I wasn't able to get you and your people home like I said I wanted to. Things, and just kind of, gestures everywhere, happened. The team, the crew, they're going to be hoping to talk to you soon about the raptor. We're going to be moving out to deal with whatever we have to do with that. And you might be a great source of information.
Maybe I know. Maybe I help.
Is there anything I can do to repay you? I know I probably owe you some gold. Hasn't been much pirating then, unfortunately.
I still breathe. That's enough.
Thank you.
Kind of goes back to cleaning up.
Yep. And next I stop at the actual grove and find Gub-Dub.
Sure. Yeah, as you come into this space, it is, again, very much like just wet sand at the bottom. There is pretty much no water in this thing, as it is mostly just mud. And as you kind of make your way kind of under the little overhang, you can see the dead vines and stuff kind of draping along. The bow of the Honor was recovered and used to kind of create a little hut, almost a dwelling over which the Pond Mother inhabits. And standing in front of the building is Gub-Dub. You can't see the Pond Mother, but you can see Gub-Dub kind of standing out there, spear in hand, kind of warily looking around. You can see he looks tired. Lycus.
Hey, buddy. You doing all right?
Walter.
I just saw them trying to clean up. I'm sure they'll be getting you some soon. I'm sorry, man. And he just kind of like gets down for a second on his knees and does like a little bow. When we were younger, you were like a brother to me, and I left. I never even asked if you wanted to join. I just left you and everyone. I'm sorry.
Puts a hand on your shoulder. No need. Saved us. Kind of squeezes a little bit. Again, talking in common and not the most comfortable thing for a Gripply.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. But just know, if when we have to leave again, I won't be gone for as long. And if you want to come with, I'd welcome you.
Cocks the head. Closes eyes slowly. Bows. Must protect. Must protect. Kind of rests the hand on the ship. On the deck of the ship that is now the wall.
I understand. All right. And he just kind of like chokes up a little bit. We've got some things to do. We got another world-ending problem to fix. You know. Okay. And
Be careful.
aren't I always?
No.
Whatever. And he's starting to walk off.
Okay.
And the last thing is just Yoma.
Yeah. Who's? Any more stops today?
Just the one,
Oh,
and
shit.
then you'll be good. Pay close attention. I'm not the best teacher, but I think you're going to be a good learner. So just keep your eye open to what I'm about to do. And at that point, I want to meet back up with Luna.
Okay. Who's at the car? Luna, roll a quick Arcana check for us. Muted.
10.
10. I'd say you got the outside of one of the vehicles cleaned up. Right, the inside still has some sand caked into the seats, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah, what slowed me down, I think, because I was doing the puff of wind, and then I was the next casting of prestidigitation. You know the spell.
I know the spell. We know it.
Was some jam, some music in the background just for a little bit, and then back to the
Sure.
Yeah, so
Oh, perfect. Yeah, as you do.
As you do.
Okay. Yeah, so Lycus and Yoma rejoin, right? Yoma kind of coming in and it's kind of just like schlups the bag of stones and then sits on them.
That was impressive. Well,
That was cruel.
yeah, potato, tomato. And so, Luna.
yes.
I was thinking we should have a little talk, seeing as we're the first to have met in this, well, recently. First to have partied up, if you will. But I also wanted to maybe take this time to show young Yoma a little something. Would you?
Will it be humility?
Well, we'll see. Would you be up for a duel?
Oh, I see what you're trying to show her. Sure.
All right. So I'm going to actually have him take off his jacket, knowing that Luna's weapon isn't a +1. It doesn't seem fitting to have that on. So he's just Yoma, hold on to this for me. And he's gonna take off his his like undershirt, which is just a light blue Hawaiian shirt, and tuck it into like the wrapping of his belt. And he's gonna stand in front of you, like straighter than you've ever seen him stand, like actually stand up straight. He's got one hand behind him and one arm outstretched, as if it was like an almost official like dueling stance for martial arts. Something that you do not expect from him.
So how do you have experience with, you're obviously, a hand-to-hand combatant. What are the typical rules that your kind tends to go by?
Well, the one who taught me all of this had a few simple rules for duels. Each limb is a point. First to strike each limb wins.
Simple enough.
Well, I feel like it may have been more difficult, but I didn't quite catch on. So I think you might have dumbed it down for me.
Okay. And hands or weapons as well?
Feel free to use your sword.
I will. So I'll pick it out. I'm casting mage armor as well.
Seems fair.
A little gleam goes over my whole body at that point.
Mage armor's cast. Pim and Edanor, real quick, just for the two of you, while these two are kind of squaring up and Luna starts kind of casting her spells, drawing her sword, Lycus taking his stance, you hear some of the crew in the Wild Hunt going, hey, what the hell? What's going on? Right? And you see people kind of like coming up to the window, right? And there's a little bit of an audience kind of forming, like, are they doing it? Are they gonna fight? Right? People start kind of looking over, and then you see Cassius kind of leaning against the window, looking out, looks over to Mello and goes, I got 5 gold on Lycus.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna start making a big show out of it and trying to get everyone to gather around. I'm gonna say, a duel! A duel is afoot! I call everyone over. And I'm gonna be that person that runs around taking everyone's bets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Place,
You're gonna be-
place your bets here.
You're the
Place your
bookie?
bets.
Nice.
You're gonna be a book. That's so good.
5 gold is like 25% of what I own now, so that's all.
Yeah.
That's
So
half of my entire life's earnings.
So people start kind of like looking down. They're like, "Oh fuck this!" And they start like running out of the crew quarters. They're now making their way up onto the deck. You can see the deck is lined with the crew of the Wild Hunt. Hammond is kind of up there, looking down as well from the quarterdeck. Idris is kind of like leaning casually on the thing, and you can see the two of you as you are squaring up to duel. The audience forming, and Pim kind of running around collecting. Okay.
Collecting money. I'm also going to stand up on the desk and put Sarah on my shoulders, and Sarah is currently holding the teddy bear as I'm just sitting there, just saying, "Now let's take a look and see how they fight. Just take some mental notes, Sarah."
Pim and Edanor, any bets being placed by either of you?
Gambling is a sin, so no.
Nice.
I'll bet. I am for sure gonna bet. Let's see. I guess.
I'm going to sin.
I mean, I know Luna better, so I guess I'm just gonna put a gold on Luna.
Okay.
No disrespect, my friend.
So much disrespect.
Oh, it's okay. We'll see what happens.
All
I'll put a
right.
gold in the pot.
Okay. Yeah, you're walking around. You're collecting. The two of you go ahead with your duel. As the two of you are squaring up, you see the audience forming. But yeah, take it away.
So we made up a few custom rules for this.
Mm-hmm.
When during each round we roll basically another initiative, but with whatever skill we want, and just kind of flavor it to show some creativity.
Sure.
And the second thing after that is that we choose to either defend or attack. And once we do, if we pick a limb, the defender will probably have to message you on Discord so that it's kept secret while the
Sure.
attacker picks.
Let me go ahead and get Discord open.
And
All right,
if
I
the
have
attacker picks that limb that the defender picked, that limb has a boost to its AC. We didn't specify an amount, +2. Sounds good? Yeah.
Yeah, that works fine.
And first to hit each limb wins.
Okay. All right. So, you guys take it away. Go ahead. Let me know what you just tell me those numbers when you need to.
All right.
Here, I'll give you a little bit of music.
Cool music.
He kind of bows and offers you to like move first. So go ahead and roll first, I guess.
So I'll start off with saying, it's too bad I'm so used to my sword because These hands are rated E for everyone.
Can I give disadvantage on a roll?
Anti-inspiration.
Yeah. Can
Edward was
feel-
like, I told you he was a
Sinspiration.
Ned.
I got 17
17.
All right.
That
So,
was
what-
initiative.
What did
for
you roll?
initiative. Yeah. Oh, you want me to attack or defend first?
Well,
No,
which one's Lycus? What'd you get for initiative?
Okay, so the thing is, I'm asking, what skill are you using for your initiative?
Oh, that was going to be. What's the insulting intimidation?
I gotcha. All right, I'm going to, for my initiative roll, I'm going to roll for acrobatics. I'm going to try to be as agile as possible in this first round.
Getting pretty Eddie Gordo kind of capoeira shit going.
Yeah. So, starting off with a 12 on the die plus 6, that's 18.
Yeah, so you're one above.
You're one above.
All right. So as he starts off very stiff, he quickly loosens up, and he mentions, you're always so rigid, so cold. But when you have a sword in your hand, I don't know. There's something special about it. I'm glad you agreed to this. As he immediately, like mid-sentence, just stops talking and sprints, moving back and forth as fast as possible, creating as much dust as possible, before eventually just jumping behind you and trying to make a strike. So here goes.
So do you guys now tell me like what limb you're defending or something?
Yes, I'm going for the head.
Wait, you're going for the head?
I'm attacking.
Doesn't Nigel have to tell me like? Does
If
it have to be
he's
secret?
Yeah, if he's defending, yes.
I sent you.
Oh.
It was.
Oh, good. Let me just go ahead. Okay.
We'll put it
Alright.
on the screen for
We
the
could do
viewers.
Scout's honor as well.
Yeah. So now do I?
Fuck your
It's okay.
scouts.
I think this works. So you declared head. I know what Nigel is defending. So can I go ahead and reveal, or
Yeah,
do you
just-
roll your attack roll?
I rolled my attack roll for head. I rolled another 12 on the dice. That's wonderful. And my current attack is plus 6 because I took off my jacket.
Okay.
So 18.
Nigel, I
I
believe
think that. So
that hits. What's your AC?
it is not. It is 17.
AC of 17. Yeah, unfortunately you missed then. Or no,
Alright.
wait.
I hit.
It,
You hit. Sorry. What am I doing?
So, as he's jumping back and forth, creating this dust, eventually just kind of flipping over the top of you while you're focusing on like the movement in front of you. He reaches a hand back and grabs around your throat, and you feel two little claws just starting to poke into your neck a little, and almost like leaning his head back, whispers, "I believe that's 1 point for me."
Lands with a cloud of sand, and the crowd on the ship goes, "Yeah, Lycus!" A good significant
1
portion.
point for Lycus.
All right. So, I think Luna's turn to attack. Lycus, you can text me what you're defending.
Yep.
activating Blade Song as well. With a
Okay.
little swivel of my sword, strike it down. You start to hear the music start to hum from the sword. And so yeah, before I reveal a number, I'll also, as I'm going to hit, which would be a 22, going for left leg.
All right. I believe a 22 is a hit, though. Yep.
Yeah.
So 22 hits.
My richness stems from years and years of trading. Eliminating fear from my mind when the moment calls for it. So that's probably what you're witnessing right now. Question for you would be, and then I'll go for the leg and just do a little like crouch, little tap of the leg as I step right behind you. Your jacket has dragons on it, if I recall correctly. Why don't you tell me what that's about, Lycus?
We'll have your response on the next round, I think.
Did Luna just get a point?
Luna just got a point as
1
another portion
point
of the
for
crowd
Luna.
kind of cheers for Luna. There's a few cheering for Luna, and then you can see that most of them seem to be cheering for Lycus. As Luna kind of hits the point, and the Luna crowd goes, yeah, and the Lycus crowd goes, boo.
You suck.
Real quick too, like I know there's no damage or anything happening here, right? Like we're not tracking like real damage, but I will say, Luna, as you slash down on the leg, boom, you do land your point, but your blade bounces off of Lycus's flesh, as it is quite. You feel that he's quite
Tense?
sturdy, quite resilient.
Oh.
Lycus, I don't know if you checked your character sheet lately, my friend, but you now have resistance to piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing damage of against non-magical weapons.
Holy shit!
Oh, wow!
Ah, that
Just
explains the plus
always?
1.
Wow!
Just like at all times?
Is that
Yeah.
a feat?
That
That's-
is something else.
Oh, shit.
No.
Secrets.
So as you kind of like slash the blade out, it almost like bounces off of that leg. You hit it, boom, you make contact, right? But you can feel there's kind of like a reverberation through the blade. You know, like you did not cut flesh. All right, next round, we go in.
All right. So the idea is that we roll every round for initiative. So with that, he responds, "Oh, Luna, I know we haven't known each other long, but you should know well enough now. I don't pay that close attention. It was a gift, and it's been a quite useful one."
Right.
Okay.
Roll initiative. How do you do your initiatives?
I am scoping out his stance, trying to see where he's applying more pressure. If he's applying more pressure on his back leg, to see if there's a weakness for there. So I'm using my investigation as my skill.
Ooh,
Right.
Mike still got me then.
Lycus, what are you using for your initiative?
I'm going to use intimidation.
Intimidation. Okay, let's get the flavor from Lycus first, and then we'll get the flavor from Luna.
So,
Number. Flavor, the number.
yes. So he takes a different stance now, and he kind of calls out to you, but mostly to Yoma, really. And he explains, the person who taught me showed me a particular martial arts. He called it something that I can't pronounce, but I think it translates to Hands of the Beast. And he takes a stance and calls first stance lion, and it looks very much like classic karate stance, like a basic like a basic power stance that's very sturdy and ready to pivot and strike. But as he does this, you see it's not that he's summoning his aura, is that you see it around him, sort of like not like enveloping him like the usual way, but like the full force of the wolf that looms behind him, sort of like that bloodlust, the excitement in his eyes as he's ready to strike you. Also, I rolled the 16 on the die, which is why I was excited.
Yeah. Well, what's your total? Comes out to be.
My total with my intimidation is 21.
Yeah, that's higher than me.
All right,
I
Luna,
have a
but
19.
still, let's go ahead and hear your investigation. As you kind of square up, right? Any particular flavor you want to add? I mean, we know you're looking at his leg, but
The main purpose, it's almost like having the scout from Dragon Ball Z, where I'm just checking out what will be his weakness in this one
Sure.
moment.
You're just kind of popping, boom, 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 kind of like reading each limb as he's kind of like tensing and trying to kind of gauge where his balance is about to be.
Yeah.
But he is faster than you. Lycus. So Nigel, go ahead and text me what you're defending. If you did already, great. If you did not, do it.
Let's do the same.
Okay. Lycus, you're up. Your
Okay.
attack roll, please, sir.
Yes. I think okay, that's probably not gonna hit. That's 17. Well, that was the other one barely hit, right? So that's not gonna.
What's your target?
Oh, I already hit the head. Let's go for leg as well. Left leg.
Left leg? Okay. Yeah. Either way, I think a 17 does not hit. Right? Yeah. So you kind of sweep in, make your attack. You sweep for the left leg, and Luna just kind of bounces up, hops over, dodges.
As he's doing his attack, he's gonna ask, Luna, do you know why I've never really called you by your full name?
And then yeah, I'll wait. Oh,
Sure. Your
Mhm.
turn now. Your turn now. Yeah. Lycus, go ahead and text me what you're defending.
Yep.
And Luna, you can go ahead, roll your attack, and pitch your flavor.
that is a 20.
Excuse me. Sorry. Move on.
It's 15 plus 7, so 22 on. Let's go for head. Head's always great.
Okay. All right.
And
So,
well, my assumption was that you just want to do things your way. Maybe don't fully of others on the spot. Maybe at some point you do. And as I'm saying that, I'm going in to imagine it's like dodge, and I go like just like close face to face and just do a little tap with my offhand in the forehead.
just like press the flat of the blade against the head.
Yeah, like the Jackie
Yeah.
on the show.
Dink. The crowd goes wild for Luna. Luna's crowd, and then Lycus' crowd's like, oh, and they're like, yeah, Luna. All right, then, going into the next round. All right, friends, roll initiative and give us those flavors. Give us flavors first, then the roll after. Start with Luna. Lycus went first last time. Your turn to go first this time.
I shall rely on performance at this point. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So after that first hit, I'll take a step back, and then I'll start trying to mimic what I think monks are like. So I'll start doing the little like shadow boxing, like shuffling off my feet just for the fun of it to get the crowd going.
Okay. Okay. Performance. So what's the roll?
8.
Okay.
It's not going well, guys.
Not
Are
going
you
well.
not entertained?
Lycus.
Look at me, I'm a monk. Cool.
Lycus, flavor and roll roll, please.
Yes. I'm going to go with animal handling and flavoring it as understanding sort of like how people and animals are, and just try to basically taunt her into opening up a little bit. Maybe even like, okay, yeah. Going for like that natural response that everyone has to block certain parts of their body over others.
Mm-hmm.
Try to make it seem like I'm going for some tender bits to try and step back. But no, that is a 17.
Yeah, you are successful. You seem to have this feint successfully landed as Luna is kind of backing up and kind of doing this. You see it's a weird like shadow box, and you're just looking at it like, eh. Go ahead and make your attack. Nigel, what are we defending?
That's. I could probably stick with the same thing for now, because.
Is it supposed to be one or the other?
Yeah. Oh, I think that was the plan.
Yeah, because Nigel, yours is both.
Because you have 2 limbs, I think.
Yes. So you have to choose one or the other.
Left or right?
Left or
Oh,
right,
okay.
yeah.
Just go left then.
Okay. Lycus, what are you attacking?
I'm going for the left leg again. I want to make that work. And I think this one's going to hit with a 23.
That's my AC.
Damn. Son of a. Yeah, he slides in
The DMs.
going he's going in for like your throat, and as you like move your sword up to block his claw, he slides underneath between your legs, and in what can only be described as wholly inappropriate for the workplace, gets himself below you and strikes at your thigh, and you realize everywhere he's hit you so far is a critical bleed point.
Okay.
And he's just like, that's another one from me. And no, it wasn't because I couldn't remember your name or because I didn't care. It's because you said, okay, sometimes I don't remember names, but you said that only people that you trust call you Luna. And I wanted to make sure you knew that I trusted you, even if you didn't trust me, especially in this. So, I'm sorry if it disrespected you, but people are far too slow to trust. And when I meet someone, I know. Just like I knew you were special.
Oh, so hot.
No, not that special. Oh man, but no, he's gonna kind of.
No more X's, Lycus.
He gives you the space and just kind of squares back up.
Luna, make your attack roll. Lycus, what are we defending?
Yes, same as last time actually. Yeah.
Okay. Luna, what are we attacking?
I'm down on head and left hand, I think.
Okay.
So I think.
You hit
I'll
my
go-
head. You hit my face and my left leg. That's why I was going for your left leg.
Gotcha. So I'll go right arm. The hit would be 19, total 7.
Lycus, let's see. You said 19?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I believe 19 does beat it.
Yeah, because I'm not in werewolf mode or anything like that, so it'll
Yeah, exactly.
even with the bonus.
Yep. So yeah, 19 hits.
So-
He called it, Lycus did call it correctly, but you rolled well enough that it hits.
So when I did meet you, one of the things that struck out for me was your amazing luck and your ability to just make friends with people, get communities working together, and that's honestly one of the reasons why I've stood around. And I wasn't supposed to tell you this, but you know, Idris actually asked me to join his crew, but I said no.
Well, it sounds like you're both pretty smart then. Of course, you'd want to take any of you.
Right on.
As he goes for a high five, you just go, sink!
Ah!
All right. Then next round, initiatives. Ollie, we'll have Lycus go for flavor and then roll.
Right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do sleight of hand. He's going to get up close and personal and start. Oh, excuse me. He's going to start pulling at anything on you that dangles and isn't fully attached. Start getting in your head and just try to basically be a bother. And while he's doing this with his sleight of hand, he's going to try to use his shirt that he took off and wrap it around your hand so that when you go to block, it actually snags you for a moment.
Okay, yeah, Yoma's holding the shirt as you kind of run by and you kind of...
No, oh no, she's holding my jacket. I'm wearing...
Oh, you're wearing your shirt. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. So what did you get on the roll?
Yes, so that's a total of 13 only, actually.
Okay, Luna, flavor and roll.
I'll start slowly walking, like encircling, and I'll try to go faster, and then I want to try and like kick up dust to replicate what Lycus did earlier, and then go in for my strike. So that's I'm using nature for that. And I rolled a nat 20 for 25.
Oh,
yeah, that beats it. As you kind of kick up the dust, Lycus reaches into the cloud, and Lycus, you find nothing. As you stretch out, there is no Luna there. So Luna, you go first. Roll your attack roll. Lycus, what are we defending?
Yes. The previous one.
Okay, no, that already got hit.
Right, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going. It was up. I'm going right leg.
Okay. Roll your attack.
It would be 17.
17, I believe, is blocked.
It is.
Yeah. As you go in, Lycus actually just kind of like raises the shin and bing, kind of kicks the blade away as it's coming in. So you get that +2 to that AC. Nice job. All right. Then Lycus, your attack.
Yes.
What are you defending there, Luna?
I think I'll keep sticking because I don't think that part was hit yet.
No, it's not.
So I'll stick with that until it is.
Okay. Lycus,
All right.
what are you attacking?
Left arm.
Okay.
Wait. You're right-handed, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go right arm.
Okay.
And that's a 22.
22 does not hit.
Oh!
Because that is also the limb that she is defending. So as the blade kind of bounces off the shin, right, and you kind of go to strike at the wrist, kind of tilts the hilt and deflects the attack. The crowd goes fucking wild because nobody scores a point. As both expertly defended by calling out what they were defending. That's pretty nice.
Hang on, is it still 1-1, the score?
No, the score actually right now is Luna's up by 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Luna's up by 1.
And it's first to...
How much?
I think
5. That's
Yeah, well, let's say first to 5, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get another round of initiatives. Luna this time, flavor and roll.
I will go for the fun of it. I'll go with perception.
Sure.
At this point, it's going to be similar. I didn't roll very high, guys. I didn't roll.
The sand is in your eyes still. What did you get?
I rolled. I would be an 8. So let's say I was trying to perceive what Lycus would do, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to roll that low.
What is your flavor and what did you get?
Yes. For this, I'm going to go with athletics. I'm just going to try to be so fast that they can't get a good read on me.
Sure. Yeah. The hands are just a blur.
And as he takes a step back and like sets up, he switches over and he calls out second stance, wolf, and starts to crouch down, arms sort of to the sides, almost like a Greco-Roman wrestling pose.
I was gonna say more like Wolf from Smash Brothers.
Yeah. And he sprints at you full force as he runs around you, trying to make sure you can't have a good vantage point. And he asks you, Luna, what do you think of me? As he attacks.
Luna, what limb are we defending?
Same.
Okay. Lycus, what did you roll?
Luna, I'm sorry. This is the 20. Finally rolled a 20. Yeah.
Okay. So natural 20.
Say, natural. Okay, that's what I'm
Yes,
hearing.
natural 20.
Natural 20.
Sorry, I wouldn't be that excited for a regular 20 with you.
Yeah,
With
so I
an
think
AC of 35.
natural 20 is basically the only way to hit Luna right now. So yeah. Okay.
Get bitch and go like silvery.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
you guys made the rules for this. I don't
No,
know if reaction.
I'm not doing it. No. I'm just
Okay.
joking.
Okay, so then Lycus, you score a point here as you contact on the right arm with that natural 20.
Yes. And I want to sort of stretch, like, I want to, as I'm running around them, kind of stop directly in front and run straight in, so that as they're basically turning to try and keep an eye on me and see me coming in, as they would strike to sort of, keep in the back and forth, turn myself so that I grab onto their arm and turn them down, and just kind of count that as my hit.
Sure. All right. Luna, you're up. As your right arm is just kind of manhandled away from you. Lycus, what are we defending?
All right. Yep. So many tabs.
I think I rolled pretty well just now too. I took a picture of it just in case there's any.
Did you nat 22?
Yeah, nat 20 is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit then. What limb are you attacking there, Luna?
I think his right leg and left hand arm is open. I'll go right leg.
Right leg. All right. As the right arm is caught and pulled down, you're able to kind of like twist into it, do a little bit of a bounce, and you're able to connect. Cut across the leg. All right. Luna's on match point. That's 4. So
yeah.
one more round, or another round if Luna wins. If Luna gets this right. Is it
People
first,
are about to make some money.
Yeah, we're doing first to 5, right?
Yeah.
So Luna's 1 away from 5. Lycus is 3 out of 5. We're going into another round. Luna's on match point. Lycus, you're going to start us off with initiative flavor and the roll.
Yep. Yes. Let me just roll that. That's 11 on a die, and I'm gonna roll for. I want to do an insight. I want to sort of gauge, like, how excited they are, like knowing that they're on the edge of victory. See if there's any openings where they're just a little too, I don't know.
Cocky.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they're getting comfortable almost. Yeah, okay. All right, then Luna, what is your skill for initiative and your roll?
I'll say I will try to I'll try to pretend that one of my legs is hurting, that I'm putting a lot of tension on it, for example.
Oh.
Yeah.
Deception.
Yeah. I rolled natural 1, so it's a 0.
Luna kind of like, ow, my leg. All right, yeah, you can see there's your opening, Lycus. What a limmer, or let's see, Nacho, did you text me already, I think?
Yeah, confirm if this was it. If not, I'll choose another one.
Nope, not hit yet. Okay. Lycus?
Yep. But first, Luna, I asked you a question.
Yeah.
Did you answer?
I was meaning to get back to that. What I think about you, Lycus? I do admire your qualities to bring people together, like I've mentioned before. I think you might be too accepting in ways that accepting the Yuan Ti and the goblins may not have been the best of decisions. So I do like your qualities to bring people together, but being a little bit more selective might be what I would advise.
Very well. And yeah, I'm gonna make my attack. What's left? Right leg, I guess?
Yes, right leg is left. Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's not gonna hit. Yeah, that's only a 21.
Yeah, 21 does not hit as you strike for the right leg. That happened to be the leg that Luna was kind of like, oh no, my leg hurts. And you can tell it was kind of a feint, but you kind of like try to feed into it to go quicker, right? But Luna was reading that play and kind of pulls his leg back up.
As he kind of strikes at your leg, he's going to ask you one more thing. What do you want?
Luna, you're up. What do you attack? And Ollie, what do you defend? And also, I guess, how do you answer that question?
Since I was born, I had my destiny laid out before me. Things I need to accomplish given to me by my parents. What I want will probably come up later if we happen to stick with our adventures together. But I'd like to try and spread the technology of Azafast around the world. And I rolled a 21 to hit the right leg, I think. No.
You've
it's
hit that
left,
already.
Left hand,
Left hand. Okay.
I think, is the one that's free.
Okay. That hits.
So,
That certainly hits. Yeah.
here's the thing. This is your last point. And I want to do a thing if you're okay with that, Nigel. This is kind of stepping into your stuff.
Go ahead.
As you go in, I want to reach out to the point where the sword would just go into my hand and just kind of let it do that.
Yeah, so I stab forward and then it goes, yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah, it just goes right in. And I just want to hold your hand there, like forcibly hold your hand through your sword. And while you're standing there, while we're standing that close, looks like you won. But your dream, you can be more ambitious than that. Whatever your dream you have, I hope you make it real. Because right now I'm aiming for the top.
And that's why I'm okay. That's why I chose you over Idris.
Good choice. And he's gonna pull his hand out and just kind of walk over to Yoma and ask for his jacket back.
You walk over and she gives you the jacket, and as you're kind of coming over, she goes, "Are you just showing me how to lose or something?" And
You pay attention to what I do. The best offense is a good defense. That should have been the lesson for today. For me.
I don't know. With all the talking, I guess I missed it, guys. I'm sorry, but I'll certainly. I'd be interested to see if you guys decide to have a rematch. That was pretty fun. Looks like you got quite an audience over on the deck. There's a lot of like cheering, right? Pim, a lot of people are walking up and just kind of dropping money into a little sack by you.
So yeah, the people who won are obviously like distributing their winnings, but I am for sure pocketing a little bit of it.
Okay.
It's an admin fee. It's a totally
Booking
standard
fee.
practice. Yes.
Sure.
So how much?
Who did Ulrich bet for?
Yeah, did Ulrich bet? He
course
doesn't
Ulrich
seem
bet.
like a
Who did he
better.
bet on though?
Ulrich bet on Luna.
Okay. Very
Ulrich bet
good.
on Luna.
Easy choice to make after.
Yeah, right. Now we have.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check for us.
I'm gonna try to pocket. Well, I'm gonna try to pocket.
Give me a percent. Give me a percent.
Yeah, 10%.
Okay.
Okay. So this is my sleight of hand check. It's really good. That'll be a 17.
17. With a 17, you collect a total. If I had the number figured out already, and now I'm adding some money on here, you get away with a total of 80 gold.
Ooh. Yo, I just octupled my bank account. Excellent.
Yeah.
Holy
As
shit.
people are just kind of like walking up, even Ulrich got a little bit too. Not many people voted, had thrown their weight in behind Luna, but
those who did made out well. I'm going to walk up.
Sarah looks, is sitting on your shoulders, looks over to Pim counting the money and goes, "Wow, sinning really pays off."
I flick her a gold with my thumb. Don't spend it all in one place.
But remember, let me have a little conversation with Ulrich. I'm going to go over to Ulrich. Be like, Ulrich, I see you were victorious in your bet.
Yes, Mr. Edanor, sir. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Would you like to donate some of your winnings to those less fortunate than yourself? And in one hand, I'm going to hold up the alms box.
Looks to you. Looks over to Pim. Yes, sir. And goes ahead and puts in.
Don't look at me. I'm a sinner.
The intimidation of last night. puts in a weighty amount.
Okay.
He puts in 70 gold.
It's like, oh, I could finally eat.
It's a rich
Like,
doctor.
pretty much,
Yes.
pretty much all that he just won. Like most of it, he's just keeping just a little bit. He's like,
Yep.
here you go, sir. Here you go.
The less fortunate are very appreciative.
Yeah.
And I just tap him on the shoulder.
He's like, thanks, Mr. Edanor.
With all that being done, as I'm getting cleaned up or whatever, I just want to mention to kneel down next to Yoma and say one last thing to her. This lesson wasn't about winning or losing a fight. You'll learn how to fight later. That's not the problem. Just keep an eye on the movements, the attention. The main thing, I haven't been a particularly great leader. And to lead someone, like you were trying to do, means to make sure they know what your intentions are. I intend to make sure everyone here gets what they want, one way or another. And regardless of winning or losing, I need to make sure Luna knew that. As he looks at his bloody hand, and I think I made my point.
Looks at your hand, kind of holds your hand, looking at the mark, and goes, "Yeah, I think you found the point too."
All right, get in the let's go.
Pick up the damn rocks and let's go.
So you kind of walk away. She's like,
Also, you're coming with us.
what?
Yeah. We decided not to leave you girls around anymore. You're gonna stay in the car, but you're coming with.
Oh shit! No way! Are you serious?
Yeah, get in the car. Let's go. Bring your rocks.
Kind of, yeah. As Luna's just kind of like pushing
Yeah,
a
we can't
bunch of
find those
dirt or
anywhere
something,
else.
Just there's a bag of rocks that kind of like gets put in the tray. And starts kind of running around, grabbing you by the coat, Lycus. Oh my god. Give me just a few minutes. I gotta run over to Wubadub and just get some supplies real quick. I'll be back here in just a moment, okay? Oh my god, and just kind of takes off. Super excited to be getting the fuck out of Dodge.
I head over to Luna and I've split the gold up into 2 little pouches and I throw a sack of 40 gold over to Luna.
Nice job, Luna.
Is this for the earnings from the bank?
Sure is.
I'm going for like a high five. Yeah, but like it misses the first time. It's like no, lock elbows.
Oh yeah.
And then before everyone clears away too quickly, I will start making a little ruckus, and I'll just get right into it.
Crew of the Wild Hunt, crew of the Honor, residents and guests of the Frog Grove, gather round if your hearts yearn for adventure. I stand before you with an opportunity to find glory, not only for yourselves, but for all the creatures of this world. For these times are unprecedented, unyielding. Danger lurks around every dune. Now more than ever, we must stick together. The hunt we are about to embark on is not an easy one, but it is a task that must be done. It will take bravery, courage, willpower. So I will speak plainly when I say this. Do not join this endeavor lightly. I cast Minor Illusion in front of wherever the crowd is standing, a 5-foot cube in the shape of the raptor. And I say, this beast, this black raptor is out there. This is merely a replica. The real beast is a monstrous creature beyond your wildest imagination. It may just be the greatest beast you will ever hunt. It preys on villages in this area and poses a direct threat to each and every one of you. The merry folk have seen it and briefly fought it, but we cannot finish it alone. We need your help. Should we succeed, I will personally make sure that your name is remembered in the songs and stories of history. Your legacy will live on forever. Not to mention, you'll get to save the world. But should we fail, a terrible, horrific fate awaits this world. Fire, death, destruction. That raptor's heart is going to be used for a doomsday ritual that will take out every one of us, as well as any family that we may still have alive out there. And then I wipe away the image and I do a different minor illusion of a distant raptor roar.
Hey. All right.
Should you choose to join the merry folk in this endeavor, I will say this. We will protect you to the best of our ability. We will fight by your side, for you are more than just a bunch of marooned sailors we've met in the desert. You are now our allies. You are our friends. So what say ye, warriors? Who will join us in the raptor hunt?
Roll a check. I'm going to say persuasion, performance, or deception. Because there are definitely a few parts in there. I mean, does Pim believe all of this stuff?
Embellishment.
There's some embellishments.
I'm making a few details up, yeah, but I'll go with persuasion for sure.
Yeah, okay. Roll persuasion check at advantage, because that was awesome. And as you're doing that, as the crowd is gathering around, right? Not too many Gripply, due to, the heat, and Gripply's not doing well right now. But pretty much all of the crew of the Wild Hunt, as well as Gazalik, a couple of Yuan-Ti who are part of Idris's crew, and a few of the automaton even stop moving, and they're just kind of like staring over towards you as you are on a crate, kind of announcing out, proclaiming. Hammond actually is standing next to you, Edanor, right? And as Pim is kind of speaking, leans over to you and goes, "Well, I gather that you are the muscle behind this crew, but that right there leads me to believe that that young gnome is probably the most dangerous among all of you."
Oh, I would concur.
Pim, what do you get?
I got a total of 18.
An 18. There is a significant number of people who kind of start looking around as you're talking, nodding their heads, right? And by the time you kind of finally finish, right, with the roar of the raptor, the crowd is very riled up. They're like, "Yeah, let's get it! Come on! Let's take that raptor down!" Right? As they are really kind of like getting into a tizzy. And you can see pretty much like all the crew of the Wild Hunt is fired up and ready to join you guys on this hunt as they are looking around at each other. And you can see, Pim, that you have secured allies in this endeavor. As
Enough
they are
to fill up both cars.
Oh, easily you can fill up both cars. Hammond kind of looks over at his crew, kind of riled up by Pim, and roll an insight check, Edanor, because you're right next to him.
That is, I think it's +1, right? No, it's +4. That's actually a 22 then.
22, you can tell he's impressed, but nervous. As he kind of looks and he goes, that child can certainly whip up a crowd.
Yes.
But that is my crew. Those are my men that she's trying to take along.
Last we spoke, you seemed rather excited to go on the hunt.
I am excited to go on the hunt, but I usually lead my own expeditions. Just somewhat taken aback is all at how easily persuaded they are by the eloquent words of a young gnome. But does wield a silver tongue.
That is for sure. People may fear me, but they love her. You can do much more with that.
I'll tell you which I think is more dangerous of the two. And as the crowd is kind of like, all hyped up, Hammond comes down and goes, all right. This is all well and good, but let's think about this. We have a ship to repair. Those creatures last night, these storms are not natural. If we all go on the hunt, it will leave this place undefended. So, crew of the Merry Folk, if you are going to be leading this hunt, what is your plan? Do you intend to take all of us with you, or divide our forces? Looks to you, Pim and Lycus and Luna and Edanor.
I think we only need a few.
Smattering. How about this? I know you've got strong people. I know you've got clever people. Give us a few strong, a few clevers. Keep the rest for home base.
Very well. Steps forward, starts kind of pointing out to different crew members, right? He gets a group of 3, points over to Mello, the tabaxi, who also joins him, and looks to you and says, myself, Mello, and these fine crew, we will be joining you. Us 5 will join you. The rest of you, you'll remain here. You'll repair this ship under the instruction of Captain Idris, who's still kind of sitting at the top. Looks out of all of them and goes, yes, I suppose I will see if I can repair these sheep of yours, Captain, in the interim.
Fantastic.
So, Hammond, Mello, and 3 crew will be joining you on your trip, right? They will get ready to pile into the vehicles. Do you guys have any other prep? What is your equipment looking like in terms of things like rations? What are we doing for food and water?
Right.
Well, we have water sorted.
Hammond looks at the group of you and goes, why don't the group of you come up with me? Brings you back to his chamber. And you can see him kind of, as he's entering the chamber, you see in the room at a desk with charts, you can see there are maps on the laid out across the tables, and you see Ashara, the Aarakocra, poring over them and like looking into, grabbing a notebook and kind of sketching some stuff out as the group of you kind of walk and goes, hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Captain Lycus, D. Stratus. I am fine, thank you for asking.
I said that wrong, didn't I?
Shara.
It's Ashara.
I'll remember.
Ashara.
Luna, roll a investigation check. What's your passive investigation?
I think it's 18. I wanted to check out that map for sure too.
Yeah, with an 18, you can see Ashara is like poring over the map. And you can see there are some markings, and Captain Flintlock comes over and takes the map off the table, brings it over to his own desk, and as he's doing so, he's looking at it and he goes, some of these things were not on here before. Looks over to Ashara. You've been adding to my maps. And Ashara looks at the notebook. Certain things were inaccurate. I simply clarified. And you can see, let me move you guys over to the map. One sec here. Ashara has revealed some areas. So you can see.
Just making sure I see everything.
Oh, hey, David, just a curiosity. Do there happen to be anything that looks like it was created out of monkey hands around?
Oh, that was a lot.
Created out of monkey hands.
Oh yeah.
No. But as you're looking around, Flintlock looks and goes, I finished with the enchantments yesterday. Now Zarnir is just putting the stitching together. It should be ready in about another day.
Very
How are you
cool.
with skinning animals? Skinning, like, this raptor has a special quality to it.
You ask as around you are tons of heads of mounted animals and taxidermied creatures. And he looks at his room and he goes, I'm quite adept, some might say.
Oh, so this is all your work.
Yes, these are all various trophies of mine. But that raptor of yours, I saw it while you were all away. Saw it here in the west, and he kind of points to a section on the map. Just outside just within the jungle. I was doing a little bit of reconnaissance, a little bit of scouting when I came across it. I saw it moving through the brush, but it looked far too formidable to handle on my own. Seems it was moving west. I suggest we start there.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna need rations.
Yes. Let's get food, weapons. Oh, I have these bullets. The ones that you gave me. Who, oh shit.
Didn't you split those already between Cress and Edanor?
Oh, never mind.
I'll double check, but
No, I think you're right.
I know for me, I'm going to probably need your help, Lycus. Right now, we have a pretty strong item that is restraining someone below, and I would like to take that with us.
So we need to put her in the proper cell.
Let's keep her away from the others. Let's just bind her by normal means. Bind her hands, put something on her mouth so she can't speak, eyes, the whole shebang.
on the subject of your prisoners, I learned from Ulrich something quite disturbing. Apparently, Captain Idris, and kind of eyes fall to you, Lycus, and you might be lycanthropes, is what he tells me.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and start to transform, but like very slow. You would be correct.
Well, it's quite a demonstration. It seems that you've got some control over it, but can the same be said of your snake companion?
Did Idris follow us in here?
No, Idris is still back outside.
We were turned in similar means. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to control it like I do.
But you don't know for certain.
Don't even really know if he's fully infected.
Perhaps leaving him in charge of my crew will be a mistake. Cassius will remain behind and take charge of our crew. I was hoping you would set my mind at ease, but if Idris's faculties are in question, then perhaps it'd be best that he remain in the cell as well with the other Yuan-Ti.
As far as our knowledge goes, transformation typically starts with a full moon, and where we're located right now, as you can see, we haven't been experiencing night time.
But your companion here, gesturing to Lycus in werewolf form, is able to transform without a full moon.
Because I want to. Because I will it.
Haven't you been practicing for a little while? I mean, you've got like practice. Idris is kind of new. If he is indeed infected, which we don't even know.
I was able to turn just hours after my first bite.
Oh.
If he's infected, he should be able to turn by now.
quick insight checks. If you're proficient in insight, go ahead and roll it. If you're not proficient in insight, you need to sit this one out.
But I do want to mention to Hammond one thing. While I understand, if you try to lock him up, he will kill you. No offense. He's doesn't want to be chained any longer.
What did we get for insights, guys?
15.
7.
16.
Only if you're proficient. Only if you're proficient in insight.
I am. I got a little dotty next to it.
Okay.
Oh, we're all.
I am
proficient.
also proficient.
Oh,
We're all
hell
proficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Who got above a 15? Okay. Though the two of you can tell that he's uncomfortable with this. As Lycus mentions, that he can control his transformations, and we don't know whether or not Idris has even contracted it. Perhaps Lycus, Captain Lycus, his presence in the Frog Grove is a danger. If you would rather not have him secured, then I would feel much comfortable if he weren't here at all.
Well, how about we bring him with us?
That's up to all of you. He did not seem too interested in going, I will say, but perhaps he can be convinced.
I can be very persuasive. I mean, if it would make everyone more comfortable, I'm happy to try.
Lycanthropy is nothing. It's no small matter. If he loses control, he could turn any one of us into a beast. A mindless, raging monster. You might have some sort of grip over it. You certainly seem unique, different from other lycanthropes that I've encountered, Lycus. But Idris is a question mark, as far as I'm aware.
I'll ask him to come with us. Maybe that'll give me and him time to practice, see if he is infected. I think he'll be amenable to that.
Very well. As long as you can take him away from my crew while I'm not present, I will be fine with it. But just know, should he cause any sort of issues, opens a drawer, reaches in, pulls out a small box, puts it on the table. You hear it kind of come down with a heavy weight, opens it, and you can see silver bullets inside. I am prepared. Should he prove to be weak to his nature.
Very well. Idris and I have chosen to be bonded as allies. Protect your crew, but don't step too far out of line.
Here's we understand each other.
Agreed.
Very well. I will leave you to whatever preparations you have left. I will see to mine, and we will meet back at your vehicles.
Sounds good.
Okay.
As we leave, Lycus just kind of shrinks back down and shakes it off and is like, God, people who are so serious like him are so fucking annoying.
Him giggles. I would like to do one thing before we leave. I just want to find a quiet spot, maybe over by my hammock, and I'm going to try something that I've never been able to do before. I'm going to focus inward and focus on my mother, Brina. Close my eyes, and I'm going to attempt to cast
sending. I say, "Hi, Mom. It's me." "Where are you? I love you. I have some new friends I want you to meet. Tell me where you are."
Send out the sending. There's a moment. And then there is a response. Pim, my darling. So you're alive. Thank the gods. Someone count down for me.
You're at 9.
9. Okay. I am with the goblins of the conquering host. We are underground. I do not know where.
Okay.
And the connection breaks. The energy of the spell is unable to sustain anymore. But you've confirmed that she is alive.
Okay. I just sit with that and I head over to the vehicle.
I'll say the crew in the meantime has gotten around to getting some rations together.
Yeah, and then I want to do the replace the iron bands with like just actual like rope, cloth to cover her eyes, and something to cover her mouth so she can't speak, because I know that's what you use to cast spells. Ooh,
Sure, yeah.
I know magic.
Yep.
You know magic, yeah.
And I know Lycus is really good at tying knots.
Yeah, I'll slide a hand it for you. That's a 22.
Bound and gagged.
Yeah,
She
like
kind of
full,
looks. Yeah.
full like Hibari style, like between the fingers and everything.
Ooh, yeah. Just kind of fastened up.
It's like, all right, there's nothing that can move on here unless we want it to move, so like we should be good.
Perfect. Now I'm ready to go.
Where do you keep her? You put her in the cell?
The same place that she was, but just like attached to, I think
A
she was
pole.
by a pole or, yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just fasten her to that pole. Okay.
pretty much.
You said that was a 22 on the check, Lycus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then yeah, she's bound. You have your iron bands back. What was the phrase to release it?
Oh, the key word was Elwyn's. So I would have to say that.
So you have the iron bands back in your possession. Kunari is bound. The vehicles are dusted off and checked. It looks like they are both operational. In the meantime, Idris is kind of standing there with a couple of automaton, looking over things. And he, as a group of you show up, he goes, "Well, so you are all going on a hunt, is what I hear. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the fresh air. I will just recover if it's all the same."
Actually, we were hoping you would come with us. You don't have to be in the front lines or anything, but with everything that's happened, we were thinking maybe if you stuck with me, it'd be better, and maybe together we could learn a little more.
A little more about
your situation. Yes, in your particular situation. Maybe you're not even infected. I was able to turn hours after. We should see. And I'd think you'd prefer if you did it with me and kept your own people safe, just in case.
That's fair. Okay. This makes sense to me. Perhaps I make a suggestion. These crew of the Wild Hunt, we'll maybe leave these folks behind, and we'll take myself and some of the automatons with us. They're maybe a bit more useful than these folks. Still look a little bit tired. You see the bags under their eyes. They could probably use another day or two of rest. The automatons, at least, will not tire.
How perfect.
Okay. So you just will. So your adventuring party between your two vehicles, you can have your party and one other in one vehicle. Then you'll have basically another 5 over in the other. So you have 2 automatons, an Idris, Mellow, and Flintlock as the 5 additionals coming with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can give them a vehicle, or if you want to divide your forces up, what's your vehicle layout?
Let's keep Idris with us.
Yeah. That's the whole point, right?
With you.
Yoma and Sarah are coming with, so they should probably stay in the car.
Yeah. Yoma and Sarah. Okay.
They're tiny.
We'll say
Sarah
small.
can just
We'll say-
like sit on my shoulders or
Yeah,
lap or
we'll say they
whatever.
count as like one person. So they will be like, so you'll have basically 10 people, 5 people per car.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all 4 of you and the children, and then the whole crew, and then Idris, his automaton, Mellow, and what's his name in the other?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. Idris is comfortable driving as he steps up towards it and says, I can handle these. So Idris will drive one vehicle.
While this is going on, I'm going to I'm going to collect some blood for the fuel from the dead
Okay.
bodies.
From the goblins.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a survival check.
This is grotesque.
Yeah, we're just
We
gonna
need fuel, okay? Unless somebody wants to volunteer some blood. That is going to be a 16.
16? Yeah, I'll say you get. Roll a d6.
6.
Yeah, you get 7 units of fuel.
All right. I'm just going to make sure the vehicles are kind of topped off. I assume our vehicle is a little bit lower, so
Yeah.
trying to get them evened out.
You can give it to Nigel, and he can handle it from there.
Nigel, take this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Here's
handle
some
the refueling.
fuel.
All right. So, you guys strap into your vehicles, your rations and camping gear and stuff packed. As Hammond's crew has been going about taking care of that stuff while you guys were doing other things. And you set out on your journey. You are making your way west as you kind of make your way down past some foothills, up some slopes, and into the jungle proper in search of the Black Raptor.
Begins.
The hunt begins. We're going to call it here. Well done, guys. Fantastic job. We will pick up next time live.
All right.
In person together as we finally get to hunting this creature.
Amazing.
Hunting we shall go.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time. Delta Cryptic channel right here for all the things Hero of Histaeria, Sandsea Saga. Also check out the link for the Twitch, where you can also catch Unearthed Inheritance, the sister campaign happening at the same time zone, featuring our good buddy Cress. So we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.